Okay, it is written by Mary Ann King. Open your page number 31. Let us start the pre-reading activity. A. Pre-reading activity, listening and speaking. Listen to what your teacher says and then answer his or her questions. You all are in class 7. You come to school from homes, don't you? Is anyone of you living in a hostel? Do you have a brother or a sister or a friend who is living in a hostel? At home, parents look after their children. What about the children living in hostels? That too in distant places. How do parents keep in touch with them? Parents write to their children regularly. Both feel they are talking to each other. In this letter, a mother talks to her daughter. Yes, my dear students. What happens in the pre-reading task? Here, you people are studying in class 7, right? Okay. If this is the corona situation, we all are staying in home. We all are nearest to our parents. Or else you people are coming regularly to school from your homes. But what about the students who are staying in the hostel? How they are keeping in touch? Yes, we have seen so many students, children staying apart from their homes, living in very far hostels, boarding schools. Okay, my dear students. So, now in this lesson, a mother is writing a letter to her daughter. Okay, so in pre-reading task, what they are asking, if you have any other of your friends, brother, sister, those who are staying in the hostel, remember them, remind them and think of them, how they are staying in the hostel by leaving their parents. Okay, so how the parents will keep touch between them? Yes, here you people are daily meeting your parents, regularly you are with them, so you can easily. But how those people will keep in touch? By writing letters. Yes, in olden days, people used to write letters. Okay, they used to write letters. Letters, in a sense, mother used to write a letter to her daughter. Okay. Those who are living apart, far, postcards will be there. Those postcards will directly go and reach to the schools. But nowadays there are mobiles. Yes, even somewhere mobiles are not allowed. Telephones are there. We can call to the particular number and we can speak with our parents. Yes, this is today's situation. But few years back, parents used to write letters. Even children used to respond them with the letters itself. So, today's class is about writing a letter and how the mother is talking with her daughter. Okay? Read this letter at home first. Follow your teacher's model reading in class. Then answer her questions. Read this one first in the class or by yourself and then follow my reading. Obviously, I have given the model reading class after this explanation part. Okay? So, first para. Dear Poonam, it's strange to write because I am so used to you being close by. We say a lot without words, you know. But now you are away from me. And I can't help but think of how you were growing up so quickly. So this is only the first of more and more time apart until, like a bird, you will be ready to fly away. It will be my greatest joy to see you strong and confident, even as it brings me sorrow to be part. Yes, what the mother is telling in the first paragraph? It is strange, it is new to write a letter because these many days mother and daughter were together. Now they have been separated. This is for the first time a mother is writing a letter to her daughter. It was very strange because we used to be so close, and even if mother don't say anything, daughter would have understood, and daughter would have not said anything, mother would have understood very clearly. So they no need to speak. Okay. Here the name of the daughter is Poonam. Okay. We say a lot without words. We no need to say with our words. We can understand our feelings. Okay. But now you are away. But now you are far away from me. Yes, what the mother is telling? Now you are far away from me. And I can't help but think of how you are growing up so quickly. Yes, I can't help it. I can't help by being close. But you are growing very quickly. You are very fast. I can be happy for that. Okay, what the mother is telling? I can think how you can grow to a certain level, a certain position in the future. Okay. So, this is the only for the first and foremost we are apart until. Yes, this is the for the first time we are apart. We have been separated. Like a bird, you are fully free like a bird. You are ready to fly. You will be ready to fly away. You are ready to fly away. It will be my greatest joy. It will be my greatest joy to enjoy or to see you flying. Okay? To see you strong and confident. You should be strong and confident. Mother will see how she will be strong, how she will be confident in her works, in her exams, in her marks, everywhere. Wherever she goes, wherever she participates, wherever she come up through a strong and confident, strong mind, bold-minded feelings. Okay? Even as it brings me sorrow to be apart, even it brings me sorrow being apart from you. It may be quite hurting that I should leave you. I should leave you and I should be stable. Yes? Second paragraph. Being apart may be good thing. In this way, it makes me put into words those things I feel, I think, but don't say. For instance, it pleases me that you are so strong-minded and persistent. You are not easily discouraged even when you don't succeed at first. Remember the time when you couldn't do your multiplication tables. The teacher was going faster than you could manage and you felt bad that you were unable to keep up. But you made your own study cards and asked me and Daddy to help you. And when you succeed, finally in learning those tables, you were independent. You were completely independent enough to think through your problems, but responsible enough to ask for help to learn. What here the mother is telling? It may be sorrow. It may give some part of sorrow, or it may be a good thing to be apart. You will become strong. You will become independent by being far of your parents. It makes to put into words my feelings. This is for my first time. I am writing newly. This is also a new experience for me. So that I can write very easily. I can write very easily. Okay. So what the mother is telling here? I am putting my words, my feelings into the words on the paper. I am putting my feelings on the paper in the form of words. So it pleases me. It pleases me to be strong-minded and persistent, having only one way, one true, one following way. But, okay, you are not easily discouraged. You may be not easily discouraged. Don't discourage by any other person. Okay. Even when you don't succeed at first, even if you are not getting success at the first stage, at the first step, don't be afraid and don't be discouraged. Okay. Mother is convincing her daughter. Remember that time she recalled one incident of her mathematics class when she was not able to study her multiplication tables, even though she was ready to work. Even though she was ready to work hard, and she prepared her own study cards and took the help of mother and father, and then she recovered, and then she got the success. This is what the mother is telling. You don't be discouraged. It may be the new area, it may be the new hostel, there may be the new people, that may be everything new. So you don't get discouraged, but you have to be strong. You have to be independent. If first you fail, second you will confirmly you are going to succeed. This is what the mother is telling to her daughter. The teacher was going very fast than you could manage. So at that, when she was doing the multiplication table, teachers and other class students were faster than the daughter, the Poonam. So what happens here? What the mother is telling? You prepared your own study card. You took me and your father for help, and now you are ready to succeed. Do these work. Take help of others. Don't hesitate to take help of others. Take your friends' help. Take your elders' help. Okay? And then you plan. You make a strategy. And then definitely you are going to succeed. Third paragraph. I know you are in new surroundings with new people at your new hostel. And the way things are done at home are not the same there. You have to be careful to look after yourself, since no one is going to ask you how you are or care about your comforts. Yes, you are in a new comfort, you are in a new surrounding, you are in a new environment, new hostel, new people. Everything will be new for you. Even though it may be having certain things, it may be having all the new things which are not same as done in the home. Yes, which are not same as done in the home. That are completely new. That are completely new for you. And that may bring some troubles at the beginning. And there may be no careful person for you. Nobody will be taking care of you. You have to care for yourself. No one may ask, have you ate? Have you did that work? Nobody is going to ask. So you have to be careful about yourself and look after yourself, since no one is going to ask you how are you and what are the care and comforts you needed. Is everything good? Is everything comfortable? Nobody is going to ask in the hostels. Fourth paragraph. You have to speak up for what you need, because the hostel warden can't give you the attention you receive at home. At the same time, you need to watch out for others, help them to help themselves. Yes, what the mother is telling in the fourth para? She is telling that you have to speak up. Here they are not the parents. If you don't say anything in front of the parents, they will understand. But here, nobody is going to understand. And even here, you have to speak up. Whatever you want, you have to share. You have to speak up. Get up and speak. And hostel warden can't take care only of yours. She has to take care of all the children of the hostel. So, you have to stand up and speak up. And you have to keep in mind that others also needs help. Others also need comfort, and you should not hurt others. You have to help yourself and others also. Yes, what the mother is telling? nothing is impossible in life. Everything is possible. Every situation is possible. Every problem has a solution. So you have to stand up and you have to speak up of your own.